Well, it's been a while. It's been a while. Let's see if we can get back in the game. 3, 2, 1. It's the new year and we've missed you all. New goals, new promises, new shoes even. AutoDeal colors. Thanks, Vita. But more importantly, new cars. So let's start the year off right with a car that people have been clamoring for a review of all over our social media. Turning the midsize SUV category from a 6-way fight into a 7-way Royal Rumble, the 2019 Nissan Terra. Flare metallic gold. Quite exotic, isn't it? The name alone sounds like you're trying to hail a mythical figure from the past. Gold. I couldn't help myself. Now, if you're thinking Navara, then you're right. Most of the features found on the front clip are of the Terra's older brother. From the LED headlamps to the very robust front grille down to the fog lamps. Now, on a much larger bumper, the dimples found in the corner are now replaced by protuberances. Dear God, I hope I said that right. Now, from this view, you can clearly see its 32.3 degree approach and 26.6 degree departure angles. It's got passionate curves up front and in the back. Down the center, there is a dip found by the lower half. You got roof rails on top, repeaters on the side mirrors, step boards, 225 millimeters of ground clearance, and 18-inch mags. The weighting depth is 450 millimeters, which puts it right about there. People have been up in arms about the brakes at the back simply because they're drum and not disc. Guilty. But in reality, they perform optimally with the vehicle and operate without flaw. It's not flashy, except maybe for the color, but it's not boring either. It's well manicured is what it is. It's not a pompadour, no, it's not a crew cut either. It's a barber's cut with a clean shave, and that ain't a bad thing. Clean lines continue down the back with a myriad of sensors on the large bumper and somewhat slightly edgy rear lamps that actually look pretty good at night. Unfortunately, no power tailgate, not even on the top-end models. Open her up and with the third row in play, you've got enough space to definitely fit a body bag golf bag within the width of 3 feet and 9 inches. Put the third row down, and the length of the cargo space now becomes 3 feet and 4 inches. Fold the second row, and the total length of the cargo area becomes 6 feet and 3 inches, which is just about enough to fit D-Rose lying down. His dreads though, yeah, that might get caught in the door. Now, even with the Terra's theater-style seating, as with most 7-seaters, the space back here is better for smaller passengers. Although the second row does slide forward, giving you a couple more inches, which is great. The air back here is good, cup holders, excellent, keeping the passengers back here entertained. Now, getting in and out of the third row is a cinch, thanks to 2 very clever switches found up front. Now, I'll tell you, anyone, and I do mean anyone, that uses the third row will know that this system is the bomb. It is quick and painless. Getting in and out of the second row, not a problem whatsoever, thanks to the floorboards and grab handles found all over the car. The seats are firm and slightly bolstered, so that's a nice touch. Toys back here include 2 cup holders in the center armrest, bottle holders on either door. You've got a large donut-sized knob here for the air, 2 air vents that rotate up on top, and 2 more air vents found up front. Now, that will obviously keep the cabin very, very cold because, well, it's a Nissan after all. There are no charging points back here to speak of, but in the VL and the VE models, there is a pop-down monitor that mirrors everything from the head unit so that you can watch movies and whatnot. That's just tooting our own horn, man. I love it. Overall, not a bad cabin, really. The leather that they chose, though, is not the greatest leather of all time, but yet it's still leather all around. It's just that this type of leather leans towards more the durable side rather than the supple side. Now, if you think the front clip was Navara-ish, wait until you step inside the driver's seat and then you're gonna be like, whoa, yeah, it It is the Navara. From the instrument cluster to the steering wheel to the shifter, it's all very familiar. Now, there are still a lot of plastics inside the car, which again translates to it being durable, as well as charging points, because you've got two USBs here, you've got a 12 volt here, you've got a 12 volt here, and a 12 volt up there. That's 36 volts. No, it doesn't really work that way, does it? Now, I know that it's a Nissan and it's supposed to keep the cabin cold, but I wouldn't trust leaving anything valuable up here on the dash because, well, unless you want it to turn into tapa, yeah, not a good idea. The two big things in here are the infotainment system and the around view monitor, thanks to Nissan's intelligent mobility. Now, like the X-Trail, you could probably black out the windows and drive this thing at low speed. It's not James Bond, but it's still pretty cool. However, those two things are what might actually need some adjustment. While the infotainment system is new, it does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, it isn't where your reverse monitor is located. It's up here. Your normal mirror turns into an intelligent mirror with a flip of the switch. Now you've got a perpetual camera at the back that gives you all the information so you have an unimpeded view of the back. When you pop it into reverse, all the cameras from around the car, all that information is crammed into this small space. Ideal? Not so much, but it is a plethora of information that's displayed, so it just takes some time to adjust to it. Other toys include blind spot monitoring, lane keep assist, hill start, hill descent, tire pressure monitoring, and parking sensors. Up front, you've got a 2.5-liter diesel engine that pushes out 190 horses and 450 newton-meters of torque, sitting on a 7-speed automatic transmission. Power, of course, differs for the lower variants. Now, insulation in the cabin is actually very good and you're shielded from the engine noise very well. It's just that the wind noise creeps in once you hit 100 kilometers per hour and above, much more so when you hit 200 kilometers per hour. So I've been told. Now, as for fuel consumption, in the city you get 9.7, and on the highway you get 13 kilometers to the liter, which is really pretty much par for an engine of this size. Not as stiff as some of the other cars in this same category, the steering leans on the heavy side. How heavy? Well, nothing like you're going to be wrestling a dinosaur and a shark at the same time. No, nothing like that. But it feels good. It feels planted. It just might surprise you because the steering wheel isn't very big. It's kind of small to the touch. So when you're driving and you're leaning in, you expect it to be a bit lighter. But it's not. It's, well, a little bit on the planted side, as I said. When the Terra was first launched, we were 4 journalists inside the car heading to the off-road track. Before getting there, we passed through a patch of rocky road that we were driving at speed. What got me was that I couldn't understand why we weren't being thrown around inside the car. It was weird. I had the strangest look on my face, like I was trying to figure out who broke wind. Something like that. Then it hit me. Coil springs. Now, if it's that good off-road, it's gotta be even better in the city, right? And it is. The ride inside the city is absolutely awesome. But I wasn't convinced. I wanted to go through one more test. There is a patch of road that I'm familiar with that has rumble strips from hell. They're like that big. Now, I've taken several midsize SUVs over them and the same result happens. The back kind of steps out at 30 or 40 kilometers per hour. All the time. Took the Terra there, didn't move, did not budge. It was absolutely awesome. I absolutely love the ride of this car. It is tickle me pink, slap my butt with a gold star awesome. But if you're not happy with that, check out the MVV rating. The 2019 Nissan Terra 4x4 VL is available at 2,096,000 Philippine pesos, with the model line actually starting at 1,499,000 Philippine pesos, which is pretty darn competitive. Now, with the exception of the 2 levers that tumble the seats down, which is pretty darn nifty, I'd have to say the car just comes up to par with the rest of the field. However, that may be true, But this car's ride is closer to its exterior color, gold.